Hello and welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. I welcome you all to the DBMS lecture series. So, in the last video, we have explored the query processing and optimization technique. So, in this, before moving to the next topic, I have some question to you guys. Suppose, how do we protect the data from unauthorized access and ensure data privacy? So just think, yeah, you are correct. So here the data security and authorization come into the role. So just deep dive into this. So actually I have already written all the notes because this is the same video I'm going to record twice. So what happened in the first video when I have recorded? So in that I have forgot to connect the mic. Okay, so the sound quality is very poor in that. That's why I think the content and the notes is already written. So let me just revise it again, okay, for you. So moving further to the data security and authorization. So data system stores sensitive data like your bank records, personal details, and business information. So protecting this data is crucial to maintain confidentiality and integrity and availability. Okay. So database security. So here I have written. So let me just change the color of my pen so that I can just go through it. So data security. So in this, processing the data from unauthorized access, or you can say misuse or corruption. Okay. So for the authorization, deciding who can access data and what can access and how to access. Okay. So in database security, we have seen like what it is like protecting data from unauthorized access or misuse or you can say corruption. And in authorization, what we have learned, it deciding who can access and what data and how. Okay. So moving further, so the next one is threats to DBMS, like security, or you can say threats to database security. So first one is unauthorized access. Okay, unauthorized access means your hacker or some malicious user accessing the sensitive data is called unauthorized access. Sorry. And the next one is SQL injection. So SQL injection, like it attack where the malicious SQL code is inserted to the query. So suppose you are writing a query and some malicious SQL code is inserted in that, then it is called as SQL injection. Okay. So the next threat in database security is data leakage or database leakage. You can say both are the same thing. So data leakage means the sensitive information exposed. Okay, so your suppose there is some sensitive data which you have and it get exposed. Okay, so unintentionally it is going to be exposed. So this comes under the data leakage. And malware and virus means corrupting or stealing data, like some wrong purpose. You are like some person is stealing some data or some mining the data. So these all comes under the malware and virus. And the last one is insider threats. So insider threats means suppose you have some excess of it and you are like misusing of that resource. Okay, the best example I can give you, like you have ChatGPT now. Huh? So in your suppose some online test, we are not using our own brain, just we are misusing that resource. Okay, so this can be considered as the insider threats. Just this is just for an example. So let's moving further. The next one is database security technique. Okay. So in this, basically five techniques are there. So the first one is user authentication, and second one is authorization, and third one is access control, and the fourth one is encryption and auditing and monitoring. Okay, so we will just discuss all one by one. So the first one is user authentication. User authentication means it verify user identity like your username and password or some biometrics like your fingerprints and your face lock, etc. And some OTP. Suppose you are logging or you are sending some money to your friend through the some bank app like your you can say Uno SBI, okay, or some Axis Bank. So when you are transactioning, then one OTP is came for validating like the right person is making that transaction or not. The best example is like suppose you are buying something on Flipkart, okay, and when you are paying through your debit and credit card, then you have filled your all the credential, and then when you are like clicking on the pay button, then it's sending you some message, okay, and along with one OTP, like the amount is this one, and the OTP is this much, like for this much for confirming your order. If you will enter the OTP, the product what you are buying, it will be placed. So this is all about the authentication. So the next one is authorization. Okay. So in authorization, it defines like what action a user can perform, like read, insert, update, and delete. Suppose for an example, you are in college, you are a college student. Okay, you all are in college now. So the first thing like it can happen. So suppose you have some student portal now. Okay. So in a student portal, only you have like access of view. Okay. You can't, you view means only you can read the data, but you cannot update it. Okay. Am I correct? So suppose where the attendance is marking for all the students. So all students are only able to see the marks and your what it say attendance, but you are not able to update the data. So this is called the authorization. So the next one is access control. So basically access control is divided into the three parts. So the first one is discretionary access control, and the second one is mandatory access control, and the third one is role based access control. So in this DAC, like owner of the data decides permission. So this is like DAC, and this is like MAC, mandatory access control, and the last one is role-based access control. Okay, okay, sure. So in the mandatory access, like some security level, like top secret or confidential, etc. So this comes under the mandatory access. And the last one is role-based access control. So in this, like you have access given on based on your user role. Okay. Suppose, for example, you can take as your admin, as a student or a teacher. So all has like different role. Admin can add the faculty and all. And in the so you are a student, so you have some different view, and suppose there is one admin, so he has some different view. Like your admin can add some faculty, and they can make some something else like which you can't do, and your teacher like may create some assignments and all stuff, but you are only able to see it, you are not able to create that one. means you are going to upload some files, but you are not able to create something. So this is called like role-based access. So next one is encryption. So encryption means like you have a plain text and you are transforming it, applying some algorithm to the non-readable form. This is called the encryption. Okay. So let's talk about more in encryption. So it protects the data by converting it into unreadable form, as I have already told. And and for example, suppose your password is storing using your password, which is stored using hash map, hashing, and encryption technique. Okay, so this comes under the security technique in database. So the last one is auditing. So in auditing, we are tracking all users actives in the database and helps to detect the suspicious activity. So like uh, you have a database, okay, so we are like keep tracking all the active users on the on that database at the particular time, and if any suspicious activity will do, we can able to detect that. So this is called in auditing and monitoring. So let's moving further for the authorization in SQL. So in the authorization part, SQL provides commands to grant and revoke privileges. Okay. So the first command is like grant. So grant means the grant is used to give some access or some permission. So you are writing something like grant, select, insert one a student to user one. Okay. So sorry. So it is like grant, select, insert on a student to user one. So what it do basically, it allows user one to select and insert the data into a student table. I hope I am clear. So moving further, which is revoke command. So revoke command means you are removing the permission. So you are writing like revoke. Let me scroll down. Yeah. So you are writing revoke insert on a student from user one. So what it will do basically, it will revoke like insert permission from user, which we are giving initially using the grant command. Okay. I hope I am clear. So let's moving further. So the best practices for database, which is like use a strong authentication like multi-factor login. So, as I initially I have told you like uh, your OTP and your fingerprint or some password username like that, and two-step verification is also there. So this comes under the strong authentication and the encryption sensitive data, like we have to encrypt the sensitive data, which through that the it convert into the unreadable form so that a normal user or any user cannot read it properly. Only the person who can able to read, who is the owner of that message or anything or of that data. Okay, and the next one is regular update and patch of DBMS software. And the next is apply principle of last privilege gives only required access. So in this, we are basically which is necessary for you, like you are a student, the you have necessary like you can see your marks, you can see your attendance. Okay, so only that permission you have to give it. Okay, but the teacher has permission like he can change your marks, he can update your attendance, and he can make some assignment on that, he can add any new activity and like that. Okay, so this comes under the database security, like the least privilege give only requires access. I hope I'm clear. And the next one is perform regular backup and audit. So we have to regularly backup our data and audit also. So let's summarize what we have did today. So today we have seen like database security protects data from unauthorized access and attack and corruption. And the next part, in the authorization, ensure users have only the right like level of access, And in the technique of include authentication, access control, encryption, and auditing. And the SQL provides grant and revoke for managing the user privileges, as I mentioned here, and I also give you the SQL command how to give the grant or some permission and how to revoke it. Okay, so that's wrap up our today's session and database security and authorization. So we learned how database define themselves against threats and how authorization ensure control access. So I hope I'm clear with the today's topic and what I have explained now, it is helpful for you. So in the next lecture, we will explore distributed database, how data is managed across multiple locations, and so stay tuned on for the next video. So see you guys in the next video. Tab tak ke liye, if you are new to my channel, then please do like and subscribe and don't forget to share with your friends because it will be beneficial for them also and you as well. Okay. So okay, see you in the next video. Tab tak ke liye, keep learning and keep exploring. Bye bye.